So today I'm going to be breaking down everything that happened towards the end of the week. I didn't make a video yesterday because a lot of stuff didn't really move from my entry, to be honest, or my planned entry. So there just wasn't much. So starting with the dollar index, I know I mentioned this the other day. We came into a selling candle right here before the run up and we reacted. So now we are bullish. Look something like this. New high formed, pullback, and now we should be bullish on the dollar. And I do believe that we filled we filled a gap here, obviously. If I take this and just move it to this gap right here, filled that gap very nicely, came down, went up almost immediately. 30-minute, yeah, look at that, nice, really nice reaction. And it looks like on the 15 maybe we came into some selling candles right here, retested those, and then went up from there. So we are bullish on the dollar now. I do believe we have started a new uptrend. On the higher time frames, we're looking something like this, and we could expect a new high. So bullish on the dollar. Here is CAD JPY. I honestly thought that we were gonna watch price go through our stop losses, and that would have been very upsetting because this is a really good technical play. Makes a lot of sense. We have some highs here, and we have a gap in the market here that I think we do need to come up to. So for a higher time frame move, I could see something like this. My target isn't as aggressive as it could be, but I must say that we ran, made this leg, pulled back, and then created these highs, and now we are bullish again. So we are bullish on the higher time frame, lower time frame, like the daily. Like this was a weekly leg. Daily, like I said, we had this down close candle that we came into, and we started moving up from there, and we are currently in profit. I actually ended a little bit lower, entering a little bit lower, sorry, than the daily candle. I entered right around here. On some brokers, it actually perfectly filled this gap. So what we can see is I had a pretty good suspicion that price would turn around here, which it did because there's a gap right there. So price turned around a little bit, but I do think we're ultimately bullish on the smaller time frames. 30-minute, we are clearly in an uptrend now. We made a series of lower lows and lower highs. We have now broken this, so we are bullish. I doubt we're going to come lower than this. Be very surprised if we do. So I think we are bullish, and I think that our long-term profit target is probably going to be hit. Knock on wood, don't want to jinx anything, but I think we are good for our long-term targets, and I am going to continue holding. We can see that this was a single move right here, and that the negative 27 lines up with this buying here. So this could be profit target 1, and then profit target 2 could be the higher time frame objective. This could just be a nice level to close out partials. So I really like that. Looks good to me. 50 EMA came up to it, closed below, but I think we're just gonna take it and keep riding it up. I'd be surprised if we don't. So next pair, Euro JPY got stopped out. I think I mentioned that the other day, but it's kind of difficult to tell what we're going to do because we barely swept, or I don't even know if we swept this low. So the low of this is 123.017. This is 123.021. So we hardly swept this low. So I think that we might be in for more room. I think we might be in for a push to the upside, because even though we swept the low, like technically breaking structure, it's not really a structure break. It's more of sweeping a low, if that makes sense. Like this closing below this does not make us bearish now. That was just like a sweep of the low to continue higher. So on this time frame, we are bullish again, but what I could see is this. I do think that we could potentially, at the open of next week, we have a gap down here. I was watching this a couple weeks ago. Honestly, I wanted to see us come back down to here, but I think we can maybe sweep these lows and then continue up. So trade idea would look something like this. We'll just call it 122.8. That's a good level to enter, psychological level right here. Stops right about there. Target, put at this gap in the market, 6-1. I like that one. And AUD JPY, I do think that we have, we're officially bearish on this time frame. We clearly broke this structure, and I do think that we can continue lower. It's just a matter of getting a pullback to short off. We have this impulsive move to the downside here, and I think that we could pull back into the 61.8 or something to continue our move down. If we look at the daily time frame, we are bearish. We broke structure up here, way up here, came down, pulled back, and higher time frame, we are bullish. This huge leg is one leg, could pull back and go long, but for now, I do think that we are bearish, and I think that we can definitely head lower on this time frame. So the daily points look like this. So we can only assume that we are going to make a new lower low because we are bearish on the daily. We broke structure here, moving up, counter trend like this, broke it. So now we should be good to pull back and short off, like I said. So there are no good entries, no sniper entries, but I bet we're below the 4 hour. Yep, 4 hour 50, we're below that. So potentially looking at the 3 hour, 2 hour. Yeah, there's not really a smart entry here. We'll probably fall a little from here, and then probably, if I were to guess, we'd probably come somewhere up into here because we have this candle right here that I think would be a good area to enter. But this would be more of a general entry, just come up, trickle, and then continue down. So I like AUD JPY for shorts. So Euro NZD didn't take this trade because I did not like the momentum that we had while coming into it. it's not favorable to see momentum like this when you're approaching your level of entry. So with this pair, like I said, I expected shorts, but so here's the thing again. We kind of just swept this. We didn't really break it. We swept it and came back up. So I I do think that we're in for a move to the upside. And if you look, take this. No, it's a little bit longer than that, but we could expect a move probably up to here, and this lines up with this buying candle. So maybe a good target for this trade would be the buying candle that we have right there. That could be a nice target. Natural level 1.798 would probably be my adjusted level. And I think that we could come down to the imbalance or the gap. Say it's the same thing. So come down here, fill the gap right here, stops below here, target here, 9-1. And if you wanted to be really aggressive, you could do that. 18-1. 16 pip stop loss on Euro NZD is extremely, extremely tight. But that is a very doable trade right there. NZD USD reacted off the level that I called here. I think that we are going to just continue long. 8-1 risk to reward. Higher time frame target at a resistance level or just above right here, and into a buying candle, I do believe. Buying here and then a big sell off. So come up to there, near the 50 EMA, probably going to continue from it. I do like this. We are bullish, like I said, because we had something like this. And then, so we looked bearish, looked like we were going to continue down, failed to make a lower low, made a higher high. So now we are bullish again. Think we're going to continue up. CHF, JPY, really, 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 really like this. I just need it to come back down. It is just messing around at my entry right here. Super clear sell, right? All these people were buying right here. Right here. All these buys, right? Then it came back down. Got a lot of pin bars, right? People are going to buy up. Let's buy. Take them out and then go, right? And then the candle of interest is very clear on the, I want to say the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. Really big sell and then a buy. So, well, a sell and then buying pressure. And then we made a higher high from here. So I think if we come back down to here, we are in for a really, really nice trade. And we need to fill the gap left in price. AUD, NZD, nothing exciting. Still continuing our short or sell off. We have made a lower low though on this time frame. So what I'm saying here, realistically, this is what I'm realistically seeing. This is one big move. We are in a downtrend, okay, or an uptrend, but a downtrend on this time frame. More specifically, the 4 hour, like this. So maybe have one more push down into here to head up higher on the higher time frames. So I really like that. I do think that we are in for higher prices eventually, but we're short term bearish until somewhere down into here. AUD USD, bit tricky, nothing too exciting on it, to be honest. So I'm not touching that one. USD CHF reacted from our level of interest. Reacted from our level of interest. It is in profit. We entered right down here, and well, I entered down here. The original level was here, but I entered here. So in profit, I do think we're going to head up to here. Like that trade going well. GBP USD, another tricky one, only because of the manipulation that happened today. It was pretty ridiculous. If you see stuff like this, just don't even touch it. Like, why would you? Don't try to come up with a trade on something like this. That is crazy. Don't mess with that. Same thing on GA, except I must say we do have a gap in the market that we left, and we do need to fill. And I think that we can definitely come down to it and make a play from it. Somewhere down in here, probably right there, I think our trade would look something a bit like this. Right here. Something like that. Take it up into this resistance level, 4-to-1. Not the best risk to reward. Better trade would be a retracement to here, but that's not very likely. Euro USD, so close to an entry point. My entry was literally like a pipette away, and it did not hit. Gotta love that. So I was targeting some gap in the market, 30-minute. Yeah, this gap, I wanted it to fill half of that, but it did not come back up to it, so I did not get in. And then my other entry was planned here at 47, and it hit 46 and dropped. Euro AUD, this could be a really, really good trade if it does what I want it to do. So we have a gap up here that we have not filled. We have this resistance level. People are going to be selling here. We're going to want to take them out and fill our goal for the gap, and then take it back down to the other level of interest, which is support. So a 7-to-1, I like that a lot. And then Euro CAD, it's been ugly. We were in decent profit here. The entry would have been here, sorry. Here, we would have been up probably, so let's see, that's 19 pips from here to here, 46. So we were up almost to 3-to-1, and then it just decided to drop, but it's okay. Ugly, pound pairs, not touching them, and now we are back to the beginning. So that is my breakdown for the week. Had some good trades, had some not good trades at the beginning. Things got better, things got more clear, and next week will hopefully be a good week. So if you guys liked it, subscribe. I'm going to be uploading videos like this every week, and I will talk to you on Sunday.